brought to you by Just Sin Roy's online spiritual shop. Hi, Adam. Let the music play.
Yes.
What comes after that?
He won't get away.
Let the music play. He won't get away. That was all from my subconscious. I don't know that song. So I just woke up. We're getting the day started. I want to go get my nails done because they are growing out. I also want to reorganize my laundry room because it's just a little crazy looking. And I want to make it a little prettier. Yeah. Is that all I want to do today? I think I want to organize my bathroom too. But Adam's going to his mom's because it's my mom-in-law's birthday. And him and my son are gonna be over there. And me and Libby are just gonna stay here and chill out. So we're gonna stay home, we're gonna chill, have some mommy-daughter bonding time because I can't remember the last day I spent alone with my baby girl. So today's vlog is going to be magical, and I believe that it's for a specific person or for specific people because this is what bumped up my manifesting power. This is what pushed me into my new reality, my inner voice. The inner voice inside your mind is so important. Our inner voice is how we access our consciousness. And to me, I believe in my heart that God is pure consciousness, and that's how we all connect. Now, your definition of consciousness may be different than mine because we all think in different ways. So that definition that I gave of God is very broad and can take a lot of patience and learning to whittle down. So our inner voice is how we connect to our consciousness, to the part of us that is connected to source. But through conditioning, we can learn to create an imposter voice, and that's what I call the ego. So we have our highest self, our consciousness that is always speaking to us and is always available to us, but we also have our ego. These are the two voices that we tend to hear inside our head. So how do you know who's speaking, ego or spirit? Which one is speaking? Our spirit, our consciousness, always speaks from a place of love, always. If you are dealing with conflict, if you are trying to make a decision about your life, an important decision, the part of your mind that is grounded in faith, that is confident, that is calm, is your consciousness. And that's often the voice that always truly feels fundamentally right. Now, the ego is going to be founded in fear. The ego voice is always going to be grounded in fear. So that's when we start to get thoughts about jealousy, anger, impatience, anxiety, hopelessness, all of this. The consciousness will never speak from that place because our consciousness is content. So and that's when we kind of can get into Buddhism, which I'm also studying. That's when we can start to get into the idea of desire and pursuing desires and what that really means for our spirit. Because the spirit is never pursuing. The spirit is attracting through purity, in my opinion. So that's why things like affirmations and scripting are so important. Yes, because they help us retrain our mind. But for me, affirmations and scripting are what taught me how I want to speak to myself. Because my inner voice used to be very, very demanding, and my inner voice used to bully me around constantly, 24/7, from the moment I woke up to the moment that I went to sleep. And don't get me wrong, she still comes around every now and again, and because it's less frequent when she comes around, sometimes I don't recognize that it's her right away. And the way that I unlearned listening to this voice that did not serve me was by doing affirmations. I am so proud of myself. I am so beautiful. Life is good. Life is wonderful. I never spoke like that. So by doing affirmations, I was able to teach myself to speak like that inside of my own mind with my inner voice. I'm gonna enjoy my coffee and get ready to go get my nails done, and hopefully I can get to this laundry room before I head out. Didn't take too long. I'm already dressed, ready to go. I'm wearing this leotard by Thinks. I will put the link to it in my description box. Just some sweatpants. I like the fit of these sweatpants, but they're getting natty really fast, probably because they were $12. So go ahead and put your favorite sweatpants brand, say that 5 times fast. Put your favorite sweatpants brand in the comment box, because I need to know where to get new ones from. I love joggers, but it's kind of hard to find a good pair. All right, so let's get our phone and get ready to go. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I actually do not sleep with my phone in my room. It stays plugged up out here all night, and I don't take it off until I get up in the morning and finish my morning routine. And yeah, I also picked this book up yesterday. How cute is it? All the little yoga poses. I bought this so I can start planning my yoga flows. Are you excited? Are you excited? Yoga videos coming soon. Studied. Ah, she killed it. In love. Does anyone else really like feel awkward when they get services done? Because I'm a genuinely positive person, and I feel like when I meet people or when I'm getting a service done and they try to make small talk, I feel like the conversation that I make is a little more positive than people expect or want. So I'm just learning to be quiet. And I used to, because it's my instinct to be quiet, but I used to force conversation because I didn't want to offend anyone. Also, I have a retainer now. I'm straightening my teeth. That's why I'm talking weird. I won't make my normal like law of attraction videos with my retainer in, but if we're vlogging, y'all better get used to this lisp. But anyway, I feel like I'm just learning to be quiet because, like the card that I pulled this morning, I can be brave enough to say no to what doesn't serve me. So I'm learning to just not participate in small talk or small conversations because they usually turn negative. And that's just not what I'm about. I'd rather just stay quiet and, you know, get into a meditative state or observe my environment instead of forcing the conversation. But I mean, my nails came out banging. I hate to interrupt your viewing experience. I hope that you're enjoying the video so far. But today I would like to quickly talk to you about this video's sponsor. Today we are talking about Justin Roy's online spiritual shop. Now, if you've been around the channel for a while, if you've been a part of the Bendy Bunch for a minute, you know that Cynthia is no stranger to our community. She's actually a big, huge part of our community. When my channel started taking off, I was doing scripting lives, and a big part of scripting lives was me playing the singing bowl and giving you guys sound baths. I actually acquired those singing bowls from Justin Roy's shop, and we decided that we wanted to partner up again to tell you guys about her products and give you another opportunity to explore her shop and figure out if there are some little goodies that you would like to get for yourself. Without Justin Roy's spiritual shop, I would not have the confidence to buy my sage, to buy my incense, to buy my singing bowls, to buy any of my spiritual items, because I'm not going to buy that from Amazon. I'm just not gonna do that. And I don't want you to do that either. Our spiritual items are so important because we're very vulnerable when we are doing our spiritual practices. So if you know where you're getting your spiritual items from, and if you trust your source, subconsciously you're going to allow yourself to let down your resistance easier and open yourself up to spiritual elevation. Cynthia sent me some cool new products recently. These products include this gorgeous humidifier, this moon-shaped charging plate for my crystals made out of selenite, this gorgeous Libra necklace, and my most favorite product, my Justin Roy affirmation deck. Let's pull a couple of cards for the remainder of June. Let's see what the universe wants us to know as we finish out this month. Okay, so let's pull 3 cards. The first card is, I am not people's opinion of me. The second card says, I only radiate queen shit. Last but not least, in this moment, I am safe. I don't know if it's for you guys, but it's definitely for me. I am not people's opinion of me. I only radiate queen shit, and in this moment, I am safe. Some goodness. Cynthia was kind enough to offer the Reality Bender community a 10% discount. So you can go onto her site and shop and get a 10% discount if you use the code BendyBunch10. If you'd like to know more, check the link in my description for more information. And that is it. Let's go ahead and get back to the video. Okay, so we are in the bathroom. Pretty happy with this decor and my countertops. I got a new mirror. This is my wax machine. I do wax myself. Tag from the leotard. So, oh my God. But what we're actually tackling today are the travesties that are, okay, this one's not so bad, but the travesty that is these drawers. And under this cabinet. I'm not about it. Not about it. So yes, I got some little shelves for under the cabinet, and I also got some dividers. So hopefully this will help me in my organization efforts. She really loves plastic bags right now. Do not worry. I'm watching her to make sure that she's safe. I'm watching you to make sure you're safe. Yeah, mama. Yeah, mama. Well, that took like no time at all. I'm a happy girl. So here is my skincare. I just kept my makeup drawer the same because there's not really much in here. This drawer is pretty well kept. And then my hair drawer. This is where the real feet was. It makes me happy. And then we have under the cabinet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is what gets me going. Are you gonna be a silent little girl while I talk? That's so nice of you. That's so nice of you. Okay, so I'm making some food, and I figured this was a better time than any to discuss how exactly we are attracting things into our lives using the inner voice. So if you've been on this channel for a while, you know that we understand deeply that our thoughts are what create our vibration. And the translator of these thoughts are our consciousness. So when we hear our thoughts in words, when we translate our thoughts into what we can understand, that is what our consciousness is doing. It's taking all of our emotions, all of our feelings about things, combining it with our perspective, combining it with our past experiences, and that's creating the sentences that we hear in our mind that come often from our subconscious, as in it's a part of our programming, not necessarily thoughts that we are intentionally deciding to think. But what's important to understand is that thoughts inspire emotion. So when we hear the inner voice in our head, when we hear the conversation, always know that whatever conversation you hear is immediately sending chemicals into your body. That's why it's so powerful when you start to intentionally think, because then you're controlling the chemicals that are releasing within your body. But what we are thinking about, the conversations that we are having, are determining what we are attracting. And I think that it is second nature when getting into all of this stuff. I think it's second nature to want to resist the negative thoughts, to say, I'm positive, I only think positive thoughts, I'm happy, happy, happy. But the thing is, our negative thoughts are only trying to protect us. Our negative thoughts come from past experiences where we were either hurt, embarrassed, or we just experienced something low vibrational and it was so traumatic that we've carried it with us. Those experiences are where our negative thoughts come from. You guys see, I still have this really loud refrigerator. So when negative thoughts come up, it's okay. Don't try to resist it. Don't try to be like, I'm happy, this isn't me, go away, go away. Instead, unemotionally observe what the thought is saying and accept it. Like, okay, that's something that I believe. Do I want to continue to believe this? Does this belief serve me? But don't resist it and try to throw it away and act like it's not a part of you, because it came from your consciousness. Now, the way to intentionally manifest, the way to override these negative thoughts, or to, if let's say you don't have a lot of negative thoughts, let's say that you're a relatively balanced person, but you want to bring more into your life, you want to attract more of something into your life, the way to do that is to actively think thoughts from a place of love. For example, let's say that I always talk about work and jobs. I need to find more subject matter. But let's say that you want a promotion at work and you're doing fine. You have friends at work. You're the higher ups look at you as a valuable member of the program. Everything's fine. But when it comes to taking on more responsibilities, when it comes to a new title, that can be a little intimidating. So even though you want the promotion, there's a little bit of an intimidation factor there. The way that you would use your inner voice to override that fear would be by planting thoughts into your own mind. And it feels really cheesy and it feels really fake at first, but it works. So if you're at work and then you say to yourself, I am such a valuable person in this building. I am so capable of helping the people at my job obtain whatever goals they are trying to obtain. I am the best person for this job. Saying thoughts to yourself like that, even if you don't believe it, saying that to yourself in your mind, talking to yourself, hyping yourself up, makes a world of difference. And when you learn to be able to say things like, I deserve this job, I am worthy of this job, I am the best person for this job, when you're able to say those thoughts and you're able to survive the resistance that comes up, because of course, when you start to change your inner voice, there's going to be some evening out. that your ego is going to attempt. So that's when we have to be aware, feel our feelings, and then say, I'm going to rise above it. I am the most qualified person for this job. No, you're not. Gary has like 3 master's degrees, right? That voice will come up. Instead, when you hear that, say, noted. Sometimes I feel like I don't have enough education, but I know that there are people in this world who are running multi-million-dollar companies who didn't even graduate from high school, right? So it's learning how to let the resistance come up when you're choosing to change your inner voice. Let the resistance come up and then be on your own side. Continue to think thoughts. Continue to let your inner voice support you instead of letting the resistance drag you to the side that does not serve. I'm telling you again, it might feel fake. It might feel phony. It may feel like I'm thinking thoughts that I don't even believe. That's what changing the framework of your mind is all about. You're not going to believe it at first. You're not going to agree with it at first. It's not going to feel natural at first. But we're expanding into becoming new people and experiencing new realities. And the only way to do that is to do something different and to think something different. Actively think more thoughts from a place of love, especially when they're regarding you, yourself. When you're thinking about situations or what you are trying to manifest, make sure that that inner conversation is coming from a place of love. And if it's not, your higher self needs to enter the chat. My family wants to go to Target. I kind of want to go too. But before we go, I think I want to give the last message of the vlog very quickly. So we talked about creating the voice that you want to hear in your mind. And sometimes that can even go back to the person that you are creating, thinking about the person that you want to be, thinking about how they speak, and also thinking about how they speak to themselves, and learning how to hear that voice inside of your mind. So doing that is very important. Implanting the inner voice, creating the inner voice, and then playing it in your mind until you start naturally speaking to yourself that way. After you learn how to do that, you want to play with turning up the volume on that voice until it is the loudest voice in your mind. Actively putting effort in to make that voice as loud in your mind until it's at the forefront of your thoughts, until it is competing with the heavier negative voice that you're probably more accustomed to. Turn the volume up. That is how you can intentionally change the current conversation that you have going on. But I'm going to find my family. They're probably like, Mom, where are ya? Good job.
Look down.
Oh, who's that?
And your big brother.
Yeah, and little sister.
Yeah, and mommy.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we are going to end the vlog here. I already lost him. We were only talking for like 5 seconds. I hope that you enjoyed this week's video. I'm gonna put these little kids to bed. I hope that you enjoyed this week's video. I hope I provided you with a little bit of entertainment and maybe a little lesson. Who knows? But I love you, and I will see you next week. Lots of love. Bye.